Later this year, the Council will choose whether or not to change the way council tax is charged to people living in different parts of the borough. This consultation is an opportunity for you to let us know what you think about the changes before the decision is made. So why the change? There are two reasons. Firstly, we must make savings. And secondly, we want to treat everyone as fairly as possible. Why do we need to make savings? We really don't have any choice about this. Our running costs are more than our total income from council tax and other charges. This used to be okay because the government would give us a grant as well, but in recent years that grant has been cut and cut again. And although we've already managed to make hundreds of thousands of pounds of savings, it's not enough to compensate. We can still operate our services because we have some money saved up from previous years, but that's going to run out pretty soon. So before we run out of money, we need to make enough savings to balance the books. One potential saving, worth about £225,000 per year, is a grant that we give to the parish and town councils in the borough. If you live in the borough, you live in either one of the 27 parish or town council run areas, or you live in the unparished area of Tonbridge. Your council tax bill has a section for Tonbridge and Malling Borough Council. That amount comes to us and helps us to pay for all the services we provide. We charge the same amounts across the different bands regardless of where you live in the borough. If you don't live in the Tonbridge area, your council tax bill will also have a section for your parish or town council. That amount goes to the parish and helps them to pay for their services such as village halls and sports grounds. The amount is different for every parish, so the amount you pay depends on where you live. And if you live in the Tonbridge area, you aren't charged anything for a parish or town council because there isn't one. You do, however, get all the services that a parish or town council would provide from us, the Borough Council, instead. Now, it's clearly not fair that the residents of the parishes pay extra for their services, whilst residents of Tonbridge don't. And that's why we give all the parishes a grant to help even things up. And that's the grant we're thinking of stopping. We're thinking of stopping it for two reasons. Firstly, as I said earlier, we need to make savings. And secondly, we think despite the grant it's still unfair that residents of parishes have to pay so much more than residents of Tonbridge. We think introducing a local charge would be fairer and allow us to stop the grant, making a big saving. A local charge would involve us taking our budget and picking out the costs of services that are also provided by parish or town councils. The remaining budget would be charged equally to all areas, just as we do now, only it would be less because of the amount we've taken out for the local charges. Local charges would apply to residents of the areas in which the services are provided. Most, but not all of those costs, would land in Tonbridge. We would be charging for local services just like a parish. We can't be sure of what next year's budget will be or what charges the parishes will decide to make, but based on this year's budget, the local charge for Tonbridge residents would be close to the average parish charge, and we think that would be a lot fairer than the current arrangement. Plus, it would mean that we could save £225,000 per year by stopping the grant to the parish councils. The parishes would probably increase their charges to make up for losing the grant, but even taking this into account, this scheme looks a lot fairer. And compared to this year, remember these are only best guess figures, many residents could see a small drop in their council tax. Some could see a small rise, and residents of Tonbridge could see a rise of around £40 per year for a Band D property. That's around £3 a month. So, introducing a local charge could allow us to make significant savings and improve fairness. But what do you think? Please take part in our survey and let us know what you think about the introduction of a local charge.